job. Yeah, it's a club that I find myself frequently having to go to multiple meetings a week for because this is just a pick that I feel like a lot of times doesn't end up bringing the amount of firepower that you need, but hey, it can contribute to fights from a very long, and he's being a little patient up here. Impact is going to go ahead and pull it back, though. He smells something's wrong.
Yeah, it's good communication, good information gathering and comms here to make sure they don't give Blabber that opportunity. So I like the safe play from Sentinels. They've got their flashes back on their carries, and Blabber trying to get at least one grub. Uses the smite here for that one.
Okay, but he still wants to fight for a little bit more. Hambach does have the one level advantage. 1-to-1 on the grubs now. Reinforcements for both sides moving forward, but these are season 2026 grubs, Kobe. These things aren't worth sacrificing a lot for, but Vulcan doesn't have to sacrifice.
You see them finishing the grubs, everyone else. Wait a second.
Ooh, nice shot there with the arrow all the way down in the bottom lane. Rahel's got the aim, and the follow-up is there for the rest of Sentinels. It's first blood for Hambach.
So that's one where you hit the...
back, but not if we hit him with an arrow.
After the third cannon wave, he's going to go for a line. All right, let's go look at the dragon here, though. Hambach and the rest of Sentinels, I think they've got this one under wraps because guess what? Blabber's on the top side of the map.
Yep, they
chickens.
Took the first one already, so this is Drake #2 for the Sentinels side. Gonna feel good about the way the neutrals are going.
Will be on display again. Especially, you have Jarvan Jarvan Cataclysm.
APA walking towards the brush, finds the Galio and the Jarvan together, waiting defensive Tempered Fate from Vulcan, tries to save his mid laner. The arrow timing isn't there on that one, and APA gets away.
Like you crashed the car.
Yeah, the car doesn't work anymore, so.
Sorry, but I am going to have to fail you. Okay, bot dive, though.
Okay.
And top.
Impact trying to escape the Grand Starfall. Blabber wants to commit underneath the tier 2 turret for this one. Has Vulcan behind him, but they don't have the damage to force the kill into Impact. Meanwhile, down here in the bottom lane at the same time, it's Sentinels getting the kill onto Thanatos. Blabber nearly dies with the chase up here on the top side, so Sentinels will now go up 2-0.
Sentinels' test is looking immaculate right now, Flowers.
I'm liking it.
They have not crashed. Impact is actually going to teleport back up to the top side. That's your weak side king right there, Flowers.
Yeah, he absorbed the pressure. He got out safe, got right back to farming. That's exactly what I want. A+, 100%. Well done.
And they get the third dragon. Sole point at only 16 minutes here for Sentinels. Impact is under attack again.
Okay, Impact probably not expecting him to still have all three of these guys up here. Tempered Fate to make sure Blabber doesn't end up trading himself away for this 1-for-1. And Impact does fall. C9 finally going to get their first kill of the game. It does go over to Vulcan, unfortunately. Much rather would have had that on one of the two solo laners, but this will open up some time for APA to put some auto attacks into the tier 1. But Darkwings is here in time to prevent it from falling just yet.
And he finally goes down. Honestly, being over pretty early, actually going for a jungle invade.
Yeah, they want Blabber here. He uses his jump to get back over to who he's positioned. But there's the Encore committed. Two-man Shockwave, though. Hambach ends up getting himself locked up now, as Sentinels are committing a lot of men to this, but they got to be careful. Hambach's already about to die. He tries to flash away, but it's Vulcan's Bard again, the hero, securing the kill, as he now has to try to get all the way out, but Darkwings may just be the sacrificial gargoyle. One more hit's gonna do it, and APA gets paid. Kobe, I don't know if the car is still on the road.
They tried to drive through the jungle, and it was a lot of uncertain territory there, a lot of pitfalls. They end up scratching it at least. A lot of gold back for Cloud9. Still could go fine for the next dragon fight, but that definitely was a big bump in the road because they use a lot there and kind of, Galio trade as they're going for Orianna ultimate on the side of Cloud9. They get a good shockwave combo, and Vulcan actually can finish the kill onto Hambach as he was trying to escape and flashed away. You can't gain mega energy, so it's gonna be a little bit dicey here. Like, their face check is very dangerous into Sentinel's ball comp here, and the Nara is going to be mini teleporting in.
Okay, C9 no though. It's Sentinels with control over the river. They're trying to start this off. Immediately Blabber driving the Herald into everybody, but it gets smited down to stop its rampage. Tempered Fate only finds a single target. Sentinels trying to keep their line strong as Impact's going to distract everybody on C9 off to the side. Heroic entrance, making sure the Yorick does not fall. Dragon still at about 50% HP. A lot of damage onto Impact, but not enough to kill him yet again. Blabber ready to try to re-enter into the fight here with the Cosmic Starfall, as Impact is still low, still targeted. Sentinels trying to guarantee the protection there, and Darkwings gets the kill into Blabber. Now C9's got to be careful. They need to fall back as Darkwings charges forward. Taunt onto Thanatos, but they can't kill him off. Control over the Drake still for Sentinels. A little bit more damage will do it, but once it ends up going over to APA's Orianna. Oriana?
The hell? Okay, is this thing bugged? I see a... No, oh, there's the smite is on cooldown, dude. Wait, that thing... The smite is... Let me go back and figure out who he smited.
We're winning this.
That was a focus replay.
Oh, and now we're right on back. Thanatos caught up here in a little bit of a compromised spot. Hell's going to get the first kill on him as Vulcan goes on a magical journey trying to get away, but Dark Wings gives flag land, and he was in the animation to thrust the spear forward for the Dragon Strike. Yeah. But now it's Impact under pressure yet again. Blabber wants to commit the Pantheon ultimate. APA and Vulcan just need to lock this guy up. Impact knows there's no way out, so he's going to try to take somebody with him, but 1v3 is pretty tough odds, so not going to happen. APA picks up another.
Flowers, if they end up losing this game because of not like, they are really going to regret not like stopping damage on the Dragon and pushing APA away. Because
yeah, that's big.
I'm going back on and looking at right now. Like they still had like over a critical point for Cloud9 because now, you know, they're the ones, they've retaken the gold lead, and here we go, Blabber.
Yeah, he's in a lot of trouble. They're going to go ahead and just use the shockwave to seal the deal, and now Hambach gets caught by the Tempered Fate. Vulcan's Bard is doing so much work in this first game, and with Hambach about to fall, this is just tragedy for Sentinels. That's the enemy jungler alongside their big team fighting support out of the picture, Kobe. Baron's on the map.
Yeah, I think it's Baron Flowers. They're gonna go right over to it. It's just crazy. Cloud9. Holy, they have taken full control now. The Sentinels car did indeed, in the end, they actually crashed it into the ditch.
Yeah, it's a problem, man. The ball was in the middle of the road and they had to swerve. It's just not a good time. And there goes Baron to the C9.
They can get the Scuttle Crab Bloom as well.
Okay, there it is. Yeah, the Jhin with Infinity Edge final shot really just completely destroys the poor little crab. So Sentinels now, you've got to get this Dragon Soul here. After the last sequence, you're going to be too far behind if C9 stop it yet again. So Sentinels squared up. Dark Wings is not with the rest of the team. He's ready to try to make his heroic entrance, but Vulcan's tagging him at the same time, just keeping the Galio away. Thanatos with the Gnar bar, 80% charge, looking for the opportunity to jump in here on the flank, while the rest of C9 has control over the objective itself. Thanatos now, full Gnar bar. Transforms, but the wallop does not find the target in Impact. Tempered Fate also going to miss. Hambach versus Blabber here for the 50-50 flip, but it goes over to Blabber. And now Sentinel's got to be careful because they already got caught by the shockwave. Blabber follows it up, and Rahel is first to die. Impact will not escape Thanatos this time, and the Sentinels have to flee for the hills. There's no chance left. APA on a rampage, and the curtain call opens up. First two shots hit, the last ones don't need to because Thanatos is ready for the follow-up with Blabber right beside him. The Dragon Soul denied and 4 Sentinels died. C9! We were talking about pressure being put onto these immobile carries. It just hasn't happened. Arrow does land now onto Blabber, but that's a Pantheon that already has a Guardian Angel. Tempered Fate keeping him protected in the meantime. Blabber lost 20% HP in that whole potential engage. Now the C9 Cavalry arrives. Blabber jumps in to try to lock up Dark Wings here for a little bit. Curtain call shots finding Hambach again and again. Enemy frontline chunked down to about half HP there on that Jarvan as C9 retake control over the mid lane. No deaths on either side.
And they killed the Maiden. The only casualty is Impact's wife.
R.I.P.
The Maiden down. Also, your bot tower might be another casualty here. Sentinel is trying to roam back over, though. They're trying to get through the jungle. Cloud9 have double teleported.
Okay, C9. How are we going to play this? Maybe we're just going to play it by killing the enemy AD carry at the very start of the fight. Deadly Flourish forces the flash. Dark Wings makes a heroic entrance to try to save his carry's life, but it costs his own. Thanatos with the killing spree credit on that one as he jumps forward, and they aren't going to settle with just the one kill. Dark Wings and Hambach both down for the next 45 seconds. C9 already grouped up as 5. They can keep it mid. They can rotate bot for a double-pronged attack if they like, but I expect they'll probably just try to end it here.
Yep, inside the base, this tower doesn't stand a chance, and I don't think Sentinels do either. Another 30 seconds still on Hambach and Dark Wings.
Yep, C9 are gonna go for the end, and it's gotta be some huge miracle defense here. I feel like a Seraphine ulti that hits less than 5 people is 0% chance. Maybe we'll get something absolutely crazy here. The minion wave is a little bit thinned out. C9 are going to continue stepping forward. First Nexus turret about to fall, but still hanging on for now. Thanatos transforming into the Mega Gnar any moment now. Second Nexus turret now the target.
APA wrote in it on page number 1. It was steal the wait.
Yup, place the ball, steal the dragon. Tempered Fate into APA to prevent any further follow-up from Sentinels. He's going to continue disengaging. Hambach wanted to wrap around on the side of the fight, but instead immediately finds Blabber ready to mark him. Sven ready to execute him. Thanatos leads the charge forward, and Rahel is again finding himself killed at the very onset of the fights. Vulcan with a killing spree. Impact wants to get a single one back onto Sven, but he can't even do it. Triple kill for the Jin. An ace for C9. They don't lose a single man, and they'll march this one straight to the Nexus.
C9 looking pretty fine here on the weekend, Flowers.
It's once again just that classic test that C9 always makes sure Sentinels fails. Sentinels had such a good early game. They overextend once. C9 outfights him in the team fight, takes control.
Favorite champion when Hambach gets Skarner, and then he popped off that day on the champion as well. So very cool to always see him on it, and I do think Skarner right now is underrated, Flowers. You know,
I like to hear that.
I know you don't. You like. Yeah. Beautiful.
Thank you, Froggen.
Plus, you can always just do, you know, like Anivia Q stuns into Peacemakers. You know, if you're coordinated and you know it's gonna land, you think it's gonna land. Crab fight though.
All right, one of my favorite moments in jungle. Top side, Thanatos with, again, just total control over this 1v1. Nice stun there from Blabber. This is a problem for Sentinels. That's such an easy first blood call to engage. Miasma right on top of Skarner. You can't E out, you can't flash out. You're just a big, dead, sad Scorp.
Yeah. And Flowers is also a little dead.
Have an advantage so far, about 2 waves. They farmed the first 2 plates. Is this on pace for what we wanted to see?
It is. It looks good for the bottom lane. I'm just a little concerned about the mid jungle, as bottom lane's getting a little heavy.
Yeah, Sven's gonna go ahead and use the barrier to trade with the Caitlyn ulti there, but now he's gotta be careful. No, Huhi takes him down. He tried to fly over the wall to get enough distance with the Glacial Storm plus the last auto in the air, but Huhi now finds himself in a spot where you can't really get away, and unfortunately, he's also going to lose the passive for this one. It always feels the worst when you have a resurrection passive
where you can just watch bot lane only. You know what? If we had like Pro View or something still, and Sentinels fan could just tune into bot lane.
Bot lane Sentinels game.
Bot lane view.
Well, Hambach's coming down here into that bot lane right now to see if they can get that payoff. Realm Warp also bringing in even more reinforcements. Ishtal's impact point blank means Sven cannot escape on that one. Flash or no, he's not even going to spend the summoner spell to try. So Sentinels, okay, even more than I thought.
Yeah, Thanatos on his Renekton, and he's also got his squad here, 4 people.
Oh boy, and remember what we said back in draft. The weakness of Zehen is if he just gets bursted down before he can stack his passive, and burst down he shall be. The kill even goes over to Thanatos. So this 1v1 is about to become nightmarish for Impact.
A lot of teams have actually started doing this play where they do their lane swap in their bot lane and they time it with jungle and go for the dive play, and it is very successful for them. The tower still goes to Sentinels because of the previous work that their bot lane had already been able to do on the bot lane tower. So Rahel and Huhi still just holding up the world for Sentinels.
Yeah, they're gonna need the chiropractor after this one. The Caitlyn and the Anivia getting the work done. 1,500 gold lead individually for Rahel. He's up even more farm over Sven than Thanatos is over Impact. Sven will at least grab the money for knocking down that tier 1 because the miasma was coming out as he pressed the keys. So if you don't press it right there, you're stuck on the miasma. You can get chain CC'd down. Impact trying to chase after Thanatos now because he's got backup coming in. That bot lane duo joining up with Impact to relieve some of this pressure here in the top side 1v1 that has rotated down to bottom lane. They'll even give the money over to Rahel and further.
Trap play here. I mean, Ryze has Realm Warp.
Well, right now it's Hambach just being caught again. It's the miasma versus Skarner. There's just no way to get away from it. Yeah, he's got health, but the only item further than Dark Wings is. So everybody's scaling as Thanatos decides scaling time is over, fighting time is now. Pops the Dominus, forces Grim Deliverance in response. Wants to continue trading here. Impact just trying to buy a little bit more time, but time favors the man with the team. And it's Blabber showing up first. Should just be able to get the stun, set this up, and Thanatos takes the kill yet again.
Yeah, that was nicely done. He spaced him to let the passive wear out as well. Nicely done there from Thanatos, kind of toying with him at the end. Passive drops back down, go back in, kill off that Zehen, and Rift Herald down top lane.
Oh boy, and Hambach is once again feeling the blabber pressure. Point blank Glacial Prison, immediate full send on the follow-up, and every time Skarner dies, his health bar doesn't say Hambach, it says Rocket there. Just for a little bit more.
Man, I can't buy my IE now. I wanted to go.
Yeah.
He wanted to go back and buy his Infinity Edge.
That's a big purchase. That's really important. Now they're going to full send it. There's your flash into the Ruthless Predator. Rahel tries to flash away, but it's just like I said. You CC him, and that's the end of it. Sven does get traded back, so it's a 1-for-1 here with the AD carries. As Impact has made his way in towards Vulcan, the Nami has to try to flash to stay alive. Blabber swoops in for the protection, but Impact guarantees the kill. Now Thanatos wants to get involved yet again, but he has to dice right back over the Crystallize. Sentinels, they may have lost their AD carry at the very start, but they end up winning out in the fight overall. They get 2 kills back in response. They take the tier 1 turret. Now Blabber's got to be careful because Sentinels are not done. They keep the pressure on, pushing further towards the tier 2. Now finally the push gonna stop.
Yeah, Cassiopeia that. Guess what? Free tower for Thanatos in the bottom lane, and that is the big scary lane and gold lead for Cloud9. This split push Renekton, level 15 for Thanatos with his teleport, empowered by Royal Quest, of course.
And his Stride Breaker fully completed for that second item, so even more threat when he tries to stick onto that back line and dive towards the carries. C9 has total control over the bot side river now with that turret knocked down in bottom. Thanatos took earlier, it just means that they can rotate the rest of the squad over, easily grab this Drake, tie those up 2 and 2.
That would be quite nice. If we can get Rahel to his 3-item power spike, then, you know, they actually have a pretty good opportunity.
Those are always one of the funnest parts about this season at the LCS. As you can see, one of the other funnest parts, if you're a carry, is when your support buys Mikhail's, and that's exactly what Vulcan did, but it's not his team that needs it right now. He gets caught out in the Sentinels jungle, so that's 1 free kill over to the C9 side. What else can they try to get from it? Hambach and Rahel.
Baron. So you have to get, like, some surprise like this.
Yeah, immediately Thanatos. He uses the empowered Ruthless Predator to break Impact's teleportation shield, so pretty much no value out of that one on the Zehen. Hambach already chunked down to 35% HP.
They got it.
Yeah, I don't really see any way for Hambach to try to get close. There it is. Smite secured. Baron, 25 minutes into the game for C9.
Nice.
How do you stall this out? How do you take a powerful defensive position here
Avoid
for
death.
Sentinels? Okay, avoid death. Darkwings will try to do just that, but the Glacial Prison is going to seriously hamper that ability. Miasma to cancel out the Realm, more Petrifying Gaze to follow it up, and APA gets another payday. Golden Glue. We just need the sad music. Get the Arms of the Angels in there. He's looking up at the ceiling. It's a rough game state right now for Sentinels. Down 4,000 gold. Impact will try to get something back down here in the bottom lane. Can at least secure the tier 2 for a little bit of an injection of gold. But they're going to need a lot more than that.
Yeah, can he get out is the question. Look at the mini-map here. 4 people headed down to Impact.
Now Sven just flies over the wall. Impact is going to get the opportunity to res here. But cool. You're rezzing right in the middle of everybody. So remember what I said earlier when he died? C9 are not done with just that kill, though. They want to keep this pressure on. They've still got their Red Bull Baron power play, which is up to plus 3,000 gold for another 60 seconds or so. So they'll put the pressure down there in bottom lane, grab the tier 2 there. The tier 2 in mid is still standing, but it's just got the smallest amount of HP. You can see the Baron Empowered Cannon will be more than enough to shoot it down. They don't have to worry about making over to the C9 side as well. And it's just, it's rough out there.
If they teleport down here, actually, they might trap that Rise.
Yeah, he's really strong with his Equalizer, and he can do a lot of damage if he's not dead. Now that's a big if at this point. As soon as Blabber swoops in, Thanatos already has...
It's going to be hard, and you might be burning through those pretty quickly. Also, blue trinkets. Wait a second.
Oh, Thanatos. Whenever anybody finds Thanatos in the jungle, you want to not be that guy.
Big!
But a nice pick on Sven. That is exactly what Sentinels needed. They've killed off the enemy AD carry. They realm warp in to look for more, and more is exactly what they've got to find. Vulcan and Blabber continuing to try to escape here. The exhaust onto Darkwings to slow him down. Sentinels will not secure another kill, but they have control over the topside river, and they go after the Baron.
Hambach has had enough. He flash engages now on the Baron. Blabber gets walled.
Yeah, Blabber's stuck on the wrong side of the Crystallize. The damage of the Sejuani is through. The shutdown over to Rahel. Sentinels take out the enemy jungler and head back to the Baron. It's 5v3. Impact and Hambach are hurt, but Sentinels just might still have a shot in this game. Baron, 32 minutes in.
So, okay, Hambach.
He's really tempted fate here.
Well, he knows Skarner has no flash now.
Okay, bounce back over the wall, staying safe. Another miasma onto Hambach. This is the
Ow.
he doesn't want to go back in there anymore. That's not where he wants to be. All right. Bubble there onto Darkwings, but now it's APA that could be in a little bit of danger. Impact trying to put pressure onto the C9 mid laner. Grim Deliverance. He's taking him low, but he can't take him all the way out. Finally, they get in, and Rahel gets the shutdown. Vulcan still trying to escape, but C9 have already lost Red yet again. Thanatos can't fight everybody here in a 1v5. C9. Everybody's dead except for Blabber. The Realm Warp from Sentinels, they're going towards the mid lane. Are they just going to try to send it straight down mid?
Yeah, they're going to win, Flowers. What did Hui say? What did Hui say on comms right before? It only takes one team fight.
Holy moly, Sentinels, they were down 7,000 gold. It looked completely hopeless, and now they're trying to end the game. It's only Blabber standing between Sentinels and the Nexus itself. The Baron-empowered minion wave is already here. Blabber just wants to try to jump in, kill off the minions, waste enough time for the rest of the team to revive. Sven's up in 5, Vulcan's up in 2, Blabber's still cutting minions. Sentinels on the Nexus, ladies and gentlemen, it's a game 3.
Holy! Hui with the good
Scion?
Wait, is it mid lane? Is it mid lane Malphite for APA? And it's jungle Gwen?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Hold on, I'm still confused.
We got Zaya on the other side. I know where Zaya is going.
Is it jungle Blabber or is it
APA is following his little minions right towards the enemy wave as he sits there and watches Annie farm it first, since that's just the nature of this matchup early on. Thanatos versus Impact back up in the top side. I think this one's going to get spicy here shortly because they're both almost level 6. As now APA fires off the ulti in mid. Darkwing's forced to flash away as Blabber shows up and tags him with the seismic shard. So the slow would have been a serious threat there. But now APA just kind of hangs around. There's no way, right? There's
okay, he's good. He's good.
It's the cookie. It's the cookie.
He doesn't have to flash. He's not scared. You know, he's...
Well, Blabber might be, because now it's Hambach, Hui, and Rahel invading the C9 jungle. They knock Blabber down below half HP. They force him to flash over the wall. So we got some moves coming out in multiple places.
Yeah. APA fighting Scion, Rahel now fighting Sven and Vulcan.
Yeah, and Rahel eats a lot of damage from the blooming burst there, so he's down below half now.
So the last time we had the mid Scion in LCS was in 2024, in the beginning, in spring. Insanity was the last one to play him.
Okay.
I think M&S did it when he was on C9 as well. At some point, I know they played, Kasante and a decent amount of other tanks mid too, but APA himself, the last time he specifically played Scion was in Tier 3 when he had just started in 2021. And the better part of those stats, Flowers. Farm. Blabber's got an ulti, though, and he wants to use it. So Malphite's going to say hello, push you under tower, and honestly, Scion's going to come too. The full roam here. Cloud9 will push the bottom lane out.
Okay, Huhi's going to try to get away from this Malphite, but the point-blank unstoppable force locks Huhi up a little bit longer. There is no wild growth. He's only a level 5 Lulu, so that's first blood for Blabber at C9.
Oh, they get the kill, and they can fully zone Rahel. They definitely needed to grab that kill, because with the flash, Huhi was close to getting under his tower.
Uh-oh. Impact, though, might just be caught proxying now as he tries to flash over the wall.
What in the...
Yeah, we don't need to know about Hambach right now. We got to keep our eyes on Impact as he continues trying to escape. Blabber with a flash forward. Just tries to keep Impact locked up a little bit more. Most of Inves's cooldowns are still spent. APA rotates over. There is so little damage between the mid and jungle of C9. They need a little bit more. Flash, decimating, smash, and APA gets it done. So C9.
Anyways, they are going to burn through this dragon. Blabber is here. He's got a smite. 900 for him. 900 for Hambach. Who gets it?
Blabber wants it, and Blabber gets it. Just walks on up, yoinks it away. Hambach charges in with a vault breaker, but that's only the enemy Malphite. They're not worried about the Vi trying to hit him at all. Hambach continues full sending it forward. Flashes out of the wall to stay away, stay alive. Sven's the first to die. Darkwing's grabbing the kill credit on that one as Vulcan gets a pop. Blossom to buy a little bit of time, but Sentinels now look for the kill into APA. Blabber's the next to try to escape, but a nice polymorph keeps him in place. Meanwhile, Vulcan has to run away from Tibbers the entire time. Rahel with a flash out to stay alive as APA's dead body tries to chase after him. It's a bloodbath of a fight around the Dragon. We might not be done just yet. Public execution over the wall chases Blabber. Impact wants this next kill. He finds it as Vulcan tries to snipe out Rahel in the very back end of the fight, but he can't quite get there. So both AD can. Blabber is going to notice Hambach now. Back over in the mid lane, Thanatos versus Impact. They're now alerted to the fact that this fight's going on. Hambach, that's the second vault breaker that he shortchanged in the past minute or so, so he's going to have to time that spacing a little better in the future. Down to 40% HP now, but he gets back over the wall towards Dark Wings, but he gets juggled around, beaten down. Blabber taking the kill as Hambach's first to fall, but Vulcan dies to Impact on the right side of the fight right after. Now Thanatos has to be careful because Rahel and Huhi are moving his way. Sven
are the biggest for Cloud9 and the biggest kind of problems that they're going to have to deal with. So if Impact and the rest of the dive here can annihilate him. Take a look at this, though.
Thanatos versus Impact down on the bottom lane, already breaking out. Impact trying to avoid the sweet spots there with the Qs, and Impact just gets beaten down there in the 1v1. He did not have his ulti available to use. It was still on cooldown from before, and as soon as Thanatos recognizes that, he goes in for the kill. The entire time it also means C9 has Drake control, so they'll pick that up too.
Also, as soon as I compliment him.
Yeah, that was a caster curse of all time. That was definitely... Yup.
Sorry.
Man. Everybody's insurance is going through the roof. But C9 are now also going to rotate up towards the top side of the map. So not only do they get the advantage 2-1 in Dragons now, they get the Rift. Where are we driving this?
I'm driving straight down mid.
Straight down mid. Straight down mid lane.
Whoa,
no,
not straight.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, he
hold
crashed
on.
it out.
Blabber, Blabber, you just ran it straight off the road. What in the hell was that?
Huh? Flowers are our game. Then people would assume because of the bulk of the
Shelly.
Shelly.
Okay, well now, all right. That time APA didn't hit the target with the Scion ulti, but that's because Impact flashed away from it.
It wasn't a crash.
Yeah,
it was good.
that one's not APA's fault. Yeah. He's having a great time. He's got his.
He paid off his ticket.
Yeah, there you go. That's what it was. He had to pay off the ticket for speeding in the Herald. Vulcan's getting caught now, though. This could be a problem for C9 as they cannot find any way to keep him alive long enough for the counterplay to happen.
Could be a big problem.
Thanatos was thinking about it. He already TP'd in here. Now he has found an angle for some needlework onto Impact. Darkwings has his stun ready to go. Wow. Sentinels, they want to turn around and wombo combo the enemy solo laners. Blabber's jumping in to try to help. Thanatos staying alive. Drain tank, but Impact gets the kill on him. Sven firing back over the wall, but now Blabber's in danger. Impact's Ambessa is tearing these guys up. They won't quite be able to find the kill, but now they got to be careful as APA and Sven are wrapped around.
Because Sven was able to get him over the top of the Baron pit, so it actually didn't end up bad for Cloud9, even though it started out looking like it was going to.
Impact hanging around up here in this top side. Doesn't seem particularly afraid of APA's Scion, but does still need to be mindful of the amount of health that he is down against this guy. However, he also is mindful that he has his whole team coming to help him. So APA ends up baiting himself into a bit of a tricky spot, but he makes enough distance there by using the flash to get far enough away from the enemy champions that he can start the ultimate and not be interrupted. APA will live. It does.
I'm out. No.
Yeah, he was having a fun time with that one. He's chilling. Meanwhile, movement, he says. Always one to take the advantage to Yap.
I mean, that's Baron Flowers.
Yeah, Sentinels, I mean, they're going to get the tier 1 turret, but surely they know something's going on here. There's nobody on the map anywhere. Impact is pushing bottom with no resistance. Everybody else pushing mid with no resistance. Where could they possibly be? Well, the answer's Baron, and C9 now just get it uncontested 24 minutes into the game.
Sentinels got a turret plate off bottom and the rest of the mid turret that was still standing there. APA is pretty tanky.
Yeah, they're going to full send the Vi ultimate, the whole kitchen sink after him. And they do get the shutdown there. So that always feels really nice if your opponents manage to grab the Baron and you can immediately find a pick right after. Nice and crusty. You'll get a ton of extra.
Nice and crusty.
That's what it is, man. There's crust all over. You can get free damage.
They can't touch it, though. You can look. Oh,
nope. There you go. There goes all the turret crust. C9's going to make the play down there, but meanwhile, back over from the mid lane, Rahel has the DPS for days. Hambach sets it up. Rahel knocks it down, and they'll make it a 2-for-0 over here.
No armor. You're getting shredded by Vi with denting blows and Black Cleaver. Whoa, Vi might get caught, though.
Yeah, he tries to vault break away, but man, the reinforcements are numerous. They even managed to hand the kill over to Sven's knows they can contest this right now. They're not even going to go towards it.
Costly Krugs.
Yeah, costly Krugs.